Abaningi ababonanga lo nyaka ngijabula mawusaphila ayinongezami ngiyenfatela umacala ngintshela nisaphila ithuba lisekhona mtshela uyamfrustana ngicela sixolela namaphutha ayayenzeka phutha layenze ngicela sixolela namaphutha abaningi ababonanga lo nyaka ngijabula mawusaphila ayinongezami ngiyenfatela umacala ngintshela nisaphila ithuba lisekhona mtshela uyamfrustana ngicela sixolela namaphutha ayayenzeka phutha layenze ngicela sixolela namaphutha ayayenze
inhliziyo yakho wemhlobo wami ingumangaliso ndakuthandela yona yonke le minyaka zange wangiphoxa wemhlobo wami ndiyethembisa ukuthi namzozama uba yi-friend eright ungumntasekhaya ubabo lwami ungaze ungiyeke ithuba lisekhona tshela uyamfrustana cela sixolela namaphutha ayayenzeka cela sixolela namaphutha ayayenzeka ithuba lisekhona tshela uyamfrustana cela sixolela namaphutha ayayenzeka cela sixolela namaphutha ayayenzeka
Hey guys, welcome to your favorite late night sessions with your one and only Bean. I know it's been a hot minute, but I'm back again with the bang, and this time we're chilling with the amazing Tembinkosi Ngcukana, an actor, presenter, and well, I won't go into much. We'll let him tell us in a bit about himself. So, welcome.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to your platform.
It's an
Yeah.
honor and it's a pleasure. So, where does this chat find you today? How's your day been?
So it's been an awkward day. The country is almost shut down, basically. So I don't know, it's a bit weird for me. So,
It's a Blue Monday.
yeah, sort of. But it's good. It's good. Some time to rest.
Yeah, yeah. So please tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and actually describe yourself in 3 words. Just round yourself to the nearest 3 words. Who Tembinkosi is, and yeah, what you're all about.
Yo, 3 words. Yo. Let me think. How do I describe myself in 3 words? That is very difficult.
Sell yourself.
Hmm. Yo, I can't describe myself. I'm sorry. That was very hard.
Okay, just give us a bite size about who Tembinkosi is and how you got into acting originally. Just a little bit for the listeners to get to know you.
Um, I'm just a dude who was born and raised in Cape Town, in South Africa.
Hmm.
Where I don't know, I was raised by my mom in a township called Kwalang. I never really knew my dad when I was young. Saw him a few times, but as I grew older, got to know him a bit better.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but I was mainly raised by my mom. I was raised by my mom mainly, and I've always been into like every school I was in, preschool, creche, and all over wherever I was. I
Hmm.
was always involved in the acting team, the dancing team. I was always just on stage, right?
Hmm.
Um, until I think grade eight, when I think I remember I was my time. I had to pick a high school, and I wanted to go to this art school in Cape Town, right?
Okay.
And my mom was like, "Nah, that's not happening, dog. Those days
Typical
are
black
gone."
parent.
Yeah, yeah. It was like, "Nah, those days are gone, dog. You are gonna become a doctor or like a lawyer or a priest." I remember there was even a priest somewhere there,
Oh
right?
wow. Okay.
Because I was good at like speaking, and
Hmm.
presenting myself and stuff. So I don't know why she thought preaching, but I don't know. But she saw that there was something there, But
Maybe
funny
it's yet to
story,
come.
yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. She saw something there, but yeah, funny story is growing up, we used to get approached by like so many agents, and she'd always say no, like always, like no.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, but I found my way, man, into just random societies here and there, and I'd just be part of a
Yeah.
play here, part of a dance group here.
So you're just
I,
you're just a performer, Jay.
I was into so many things. I was into boxing, I was into basketball,
Boxing.
yeah, cricket. I DJed. I started DJing when I was like 14. I was just like a kid who just wanted to do anything but what I'm
Mm,
supposed to do. I don't know
okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes sense. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, yeah, I was that kid, man.
I
And
get it.
yeah, it took a long time for me to figure it out as well. 'Cause I'm also like a musician.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a time where I actually focused on that more. I was a DJ and I used to make music, but yeah, that I just experienced some things that weren't nice where that is concerned. So that really threw me off for like a good. I know it, like it was like a good, I think 4 years. I wanted nothing to do with music. Like
Oh,
don't listen to
okay.
the radio. It was crazy. It was hectic. And funny enough,
So
when that was happening,
yeah.
I started focusing more on the acting stuff. So I don't know. I've just always swam between the two of them.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. So who or what would you say finally inspired your journey into the film industry? Was there like a specific person or experience that you would credit in helping you decide that, okay, I'm going to stick with acting and that's what I'm going to do for a living?
Um, I think when my mom passed on, right?
Mm.
She passed on 2016. When
Okay.
that happened, it's cool, it's cool. When that happened, I remember sitting with myself, and I was like, okay, cool. Because I grew up alone, right? And I don't really have anyone else like to look after or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first time in my life, like literally, I sat with myself and I was like, I have no one to worry about. Like I literally have, for the first time, like I was
It's
like,
now me, myself, and I.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, what do I want to do? Like what? Because now I can afford to go broke while chasing my dreams, type of thing.
Mm,
I can
mm,
afford to, I don't know, do whatever I want to do, type of thing. And that's where I really sat with myself and I was like, I actually don't like this particular thing. I don't like that particular thing. This is
mm,
what I want to do. I'm happy when I'm on stage, you know.
mm.
I'm really happy when I'm creating, when I'm using my mind to create things. I hate an office, like literally. If you want to see me sick, stick me inside of an office. Like sit me down in a corner somewhere in front of a laptop. I promise
In
you
a
by the end of
suit,
that,
in a tiny cubicle in front of a laptop.
I will lose my mind.
Mm,
Literally, I would lose my mind. So it was more of that, man. It was more of, okay, what moves me? And I had moved away from home, I'm from Cape Town, so I'm living in Pretoria. And I was
mm,
like, so now I'm away from everyone that I know. And so what is it that I want to do? And I realized I want to create.
mm.
I want to use me to to bring about whatever it is that I'm supposed to bring about into this world. Obviously, I had people that I mean, I'm a huge buffer. Like I'm a big nerd. Like I'm a movie nerd. Yo,
Okay.
yeah. So there's like I can mention Denzel Washington, like
Oh,
when you
definitely.
yeah, so not to say that I saw him and I thought, oh, I could do that. There's no way, right? Um, but it was more of a thing of that is so cool, like
Mm.
what if I could try and do that?
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, you're
he's
doing it
yeah,
in your own way, but we'll get into that. It's okay.
yeah,
We'll get
yeah.
into that. Yeah. So, when you finally decided that this is what you want to do you remember or can you trace back to the first acting performance that really touched you and confirmed that your decision was it?
Mine.
Mm-hmm. When you
Okay,
finally
so
made that decision to say, okay, I'm going to stick with acting, I want to do acting, and you're now fully focused on it, was there that one particular performance, acting performance, either on stage or on TV or wherever, that really
mhm.
touched you and it stuck with you to say, right, I made the right decision?
It was an audition, um, and so this was uh, it was December, I think 2016, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I had been cast in this other movie that was being shot in Pretoria that ended up not going anywhere, right?
Okay.
And I was still playing around, man. Still had a crazy bit of a crazy life. Had no discipline at all, so it was just a bit of a party animal, right?
Yeah.
So on this, like, I think it was probably one of the last days of us shooting. This one guy there was like, "Yo, man, they're doing these auditions for MTV Sugar, the first one in South Africa, right?"
Yeah.
And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, dog, MTV Sugar. They're doing these open auditions at Baseline, whatnot, whatnot, whatnot. We're going. You should go. I really think you would stand a good chance, right? To really,
Mm.
or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'll Google it or something, whatever, right?
Mm.
I end up Googling it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, open audition. Open audition. Okay, cool. Let's go. So the night before, um, I went out with my friends, right?
Yeah.
Went out, got sloshed. I think I got home at like 2 a.m.
And the audition was on the following day.
Yeah, so I got home like 2. I was up at like half 4. I remember I'd set an alarm. I'm up at half 4, right?
Mm.
And yeah, the situation is not good, right? Cool. I'm like, I'm going, bro. What else am I gonna do? It's a Saturday. Let me just go. So I go and I had printed these scripts, right, for this audition.
Yeah.
So I get there. I have not learned these scripts. Just I don't know what I'm doing. I get there. It's a long, like yo, long ass line.
And I'm pretty sure you had a banging Baba Laz and you're like,
You
what is
listen,
this?
listen. I'm not even babalazed when I get there. I'm still lit, right? Cool.
Okay, it was that
I
far.
so I get there. So I'm standing in the line. I'm not even inside yet. Like I think like 2 hours later, then I start getting babalazed, right?
Mm. Mm.
Cool. I get inside. Um, I was seeing this lady at the time, and she was there with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she's standing in line with me. And once we get inside, so she starts running lines with me, right? I start running these
Yeah.
lines, start running these lines. And I'm starting to get sick, right? Like proper sick. And I'm just like, she's like, yo, dude, are you sure you don't want to go home? I'm like, I'm here, man. Let's just see what happens.
Let's just get it over and done with.
Yeah, and anyways, so they had this system with those open auditions. You get into like this first door, right? And it's got these two people who audition you, right? And
Yeah.
then, so got into that, and then they're like, oh, cool, please go to this room, right? So it's like this weird system that they have that you only know when you inside whether you've made it to the next level type of thing, right? And
Okay.
then
Okay.
so no one knows who's making it. You're just told to go this way. If you're told to go to that person and that door, it means you didn't make it. You're told to go to this other door. Like no one knows what's happening. You're just going to a door. You see people going out that way, you going into another door, and then you get in there and then you ask, oh, why are they going that way? Oh, they didn't make it. So it's like that type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Start going to the first door, boy, the audition thing. And they're like, oh, dope. We were not recording you at this. They've got a camera in there, by the way. They're like, this is not recording. This was just to see if you can actually speak.
To a
Right?
camera.
Yeah. Then we go to the, they're like, okay, cool. Go to the next room. Go to the second room. Get in there. Ahoy. Cool. They're like, okay, cool. We got you on camera. We like you. But now you know, must go to the third room.
The third
Um,
room. Mm.
yeah, by the way, they are lying, they're queues. Yes, the people are getting less, but it's still queues, you know?
It's still cues. Yeah.
And I'm I'm hungover, like nobody's business, right? And yeah, anyways, ended up auditioning for I got all the way to the final round on the day.
Okay.
And I
Mm.
auditioned for the executives there and this, remember, I got there like at what? I think I got there like 7 a.m. or something.
Mm-hmm.
The final part of that, I was auditioning at like 6:30 in the evening.
Oh, wow.
Um, hadn't eaten the whole day. I'm hungover. It's just a mess. Anyways,
Mm.
did that, and then cool. They were happy with me, and then they said they'd be in touch to let me know what's happening. I waited about 2 months, and then they contacted me. They were like, "Yo, you made it to the top. I think it was the top 10 or something."
Oh, yeah. I bumped into that when I was digging digging
Yes,
around about you.
some that top whatever, right? Out of
Yeah.
that, like 2,000 people, because I had auditioned 2,000 people.
Wow.
Um, then I went to the final auditions, and okay, I didn't make it past that, but that experience
I mean,
made.
top 10 from 2000 with the Baba Last. No, man.
Did you
Come
get what I'm
on.
saying? Yeah.
You
So
have to give it to yourself.
that made me go. I didn't actually. It wasn't even a thing of I need to give it to myself. I was actually pissed off with myself. Really, I was just like.
I wasted the opportunity.
I mean, when I went to the final auditions, I was not Babala, but I'm just saying, like, the discipline still was not there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think
But
even those five, yeah,
I guess that was the confirmation that you needed, that okay, I made the right decision. I'm in the right space. This is what I want
yeah,
to
yeah,
do,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm good for it.
That's what happened with that. I was like, but it took me some time to really get to that. Like it took me a while to really
Mm.
go, wait, hold on, man. I did that
Yeah.
like on my
With
worst, in
no
my worst,
discipline. So if I
y-
actually apply myself, where
yeah,
could I go?
they, yeah, yeah. Well,
Mm.
but it wasn't that easy. It was then after that, then it's like the industry. It's like the industry gods were like, oh, okay, cool, he's awake now. Cool. Let's
Mm.
see what he's made of before we give him an opportunity. Let's give him one hell of a
Yeah.
roller
No.
coaster ride. So yeah,
Mm.
that was that moment for me.
Oh wow. Oh wow. This is actually quite deep because I mean it will speak to quite the number of the people in the youth, basically to say there's no rush. There's no
Yeah.
rush. What's meant to be yours is gonna get to you at some point. But you also need to apply yourself somewhere to find
There we
if
go.
that
Yeah,
spark
yeah.
is there.
Yes, yes. I was about to say
That
that.
spark is there. Mm.
Yeah, what's meant to be yours will be yours, given that you're also looking for it, I think. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
a lot of people,
Because
yeah, yeah, anyways,
talent with no hard work and discipline is nothing.
that's true. No, that's very true.
Mm.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
So, what is it that you find most rewarding about your work in the film industry?
Um, First and foremost, I get to say I was right. Like,
It's a
like
stroke for your ego.
without saying it, without saying it to the people that I need to say it to, without actually saying it, I'm
Your
a
work will speak
walking,
for you.
yeah, I'm a walking board written, I was right type of thing, I had a lot of people
Talk to me
really,
nice. I was right.
yeah, like I was right.
Mm.
I've had one or two people call me, just be like, yo, dog, you know, my bad, man,
We slept on you.
yeah, even friends, like close people who were close to me once upon a
Mm.
time, called me like, yo, dog, I thought you were just some delusional dude somewhere, somehow, you know, uh, but yo, okay, cool, my bad, and then
Mm.
it's like, all right, okay, cool. Anyway, sharp fit, you know, it's
Yeah.
like that type of thing, so that's one of the things that's nice about it. The second thing is, look, I get to do something that is, there's no formula to it, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I made a decision that I was not going to look. There's certain ways that a person can perform and act that everyone is used to already, and then they can look at you and go, "Oh, yeah, he's doing he's doing it because I've seen so and so do similar things, right?"
Yeah.
So the thing with what I do is there's no formula. You can recreate. You're not recreating the wheel, but you can, kind of do it your own way.
The
And
recipe is there, but the sauce is different.
yeah, so for me, what really makes me happy is when I do something that says what the script says, but I did it my way. I don't know how to explain
Yeah.
it. I could have, like, in a
No, I get
scene,
it. I totally get
yeah,
it.
like, yeah, so it's that type of thing, for me, that
Mm.
when I get home and I'm like, I could have simply just screamed in that scene and shouted, and that would have got the message across. But I made this choice, and this choice, I feel like has more to it type of thing, and it worked when people watch it and they get what I'm doing. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
cool, which is tricky. I mean, it's you're taking risks every day. People can just turn around and be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, we don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean,
it is.
I've seen big actors fail because they were like way overboard with the whole with their
Mm, mm.
nuances and what they were trying to do. So yeah, it's that, man, like just coming home and feeling like,
It's a trial and error every day.
yeah, yes, 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 and there's a lot that goes wrong.
Mm.
Um, you argue, not argue, but yeah, well, argue with directors, you know, not a
Yeah.
bad argument. It's just like we're both passionate about this, and I'm like, nah, man, look, what you want me to do is so basic. I want to do it like this, and then they're like, nah, humans are basic. They are very simple, but nah, it's like this whole yeah. But I mean, we're
Yeah.
working towards the same goal, so it's never personal. So that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm in school sometimes. I'm in like preschool playing with dough or
Yeah.
whatever. It's that type of thing.
Ah, it sounds like an interesting situation, hey. And it's like every day has its own salt on it. Every day has its own spice on it. It's not You're not in a dull and monotonous kind of career.
Yo, it's my goodness. Every single day, like literally, you get to understand why so many actors are insane. You know, just the entertainment industry. It's just you're dealing with people. You know,
Yeah.
you're dealing.
You're
You're
dealing with
dealing.
people and you also have to portray people that you're not.
Yeah, so it's just a bag of insanity. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. So you currently play Tulani Mkenge on the new telenovela Gqeberha the Empire, right?
Yeah.
How did you first get involved with that production? What is it that drew you to that show? Tell us a bit about how that all came to play.
Funny enough, I still say, and I keep saying this, that I manifested the show.
Okay, elaborate.
I'd been auditioning for quite some time, right? And there were a lot
Hmm.
of like Zulu shows and other shows, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And I don't have a problem with it. I was just like, yo, man, like, yo, when last did we have like a proper Xhosa show, like where it's just
Mm,
Xhosa?
mm,
Wouldn't that be dope? I mean, the last people who got that, I mean, they're stars now, they're doing other things, and imagine
yeah.
if we could get that again. And I kept talking about it. Like, I think I spent a year talking about it, literally. And I kept
Power of the
talking
tongue.
crazy, I kept talking about this thing, and I was doing something for there's a show that's coming, and I had a small role. I have a really small role on that, like a really, really small role. But anyways, so I was doing that, and I was because that show is predominantly Zulu. It's a Zulu show. It's a Zulu story, right?
Okay.
So I'm there and I'm looking at everything and how like the show is just celebrating this culture, and inside of my like in me, I'm just like, yo, dog, like if we could also do this, like this would be
Just
so
as
dope.
Xhosa. Yeah.
Crazy enough, my agent hits me up before I think they were still discussing this show. My agent hits me up and is like, yo, between you and me, there's a Tosa show coming. He didn't even know that I kept, because I wasn't speaking to him about it. But
Yeah.
he was like, yo, there's a Tosa show coming. I'm gonna send you something in the next couple of weeks. Cool.
And you were like, you don't say.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. It's crazy. I was
Mm.
just like, cool, ready. Sends me a brief 2 weeks later. I read, see Tulani, the character. I didn't read
Mm.
past it, literally. I
You
remember, I
literally
think,
just said, Tulani is me, I'm Tulani, this is where it ends.
yeah, literally, like I read the first character. I remember I think it was Luzu, Tulani's father. Then the second
Yeah.
character was Tulani, right? I think it was that. Are you
Hmm.
okay? Okay,
Yeah, I'm
cool.
good. I'm good.
Okay. Um, and then once I read Tulani's brief and his character Bible, I stopped. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then I called him. I was like, yo, this is what I want to do, and it's like,
Mm.
dog, ish. That's like one of the leads. I'm like, yeah. And he's
Yeah,
like,
and that's what I want.
yeah. He's like, yeah, but ish, let's try maybe one of the other supporting Janjans, for maybe we'll get a better chance of scoring this one. I'm like, yo, dog, listen, I'm
I'm
not
shooting
gonna
for
lie
the
to you.
stars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, yo, listen, dog. I'm auditioning for this character. I do not care what you do, but bro, please put me up for
I'm
this
the
character.
guy. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I saw the character and I was like, yeah, I know who this is, 100%.
Okay.
And
So you having said that, now I want
mhm,
to know: do you, based on Tulani's story on the telenovela, do you
mhm.
share any similarities with him, or any differences in character, or similarities in character that you feel like have influenced your ease or difficulty just slipping into this role and owning it?
Okay. Similarities, I'd say first and foremost, we both grew up in the hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Tulani, he's raised in a family that, they could afford certain things, and he went to okay schools, so he's
Mm-hmm.
exposed to all types of things. He's
Yeah.
not just like he's not just a guy in the hood who's just robbing
Not
people
just your
and
regular guy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, 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 no. He's exposed to both worlds, and I grew up similar to that, right? I've got
Okay.
obviously I know uncles who were in, that other world.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, I know what that is. I understand what that type of environment is all what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that, and I was like, oh, I cool, I get that. And then, I mean, I think the one thing that I I struggled with a couple of things. First, not struggled, but one of some of the challenges that I deal with when it comes to Tulan is that, like I said, I was brought up by my mom, and
Mm.
I really come from a big family setting. You know, um,
Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
really
it's
have,
different because the Tulani had like both parents, and you were a single parent raised.
yeah. So
Mm.
even the father and son relationship that he has with his father is different to the one that I
Yeah.
have with my father.
Yeah.
Me and my dad, I can say at best, were cool.
Okay.
But I don't, it's not a, oh my God,
Tight,
he's,
sidekick
yeah,
relationship.
you get what I'm saying? So I had to
Yeah.
now look at a man and really idolize him.
Mm.
All right. I don't know what that is. I've never done that before. You know,
Yeah.
I understand a woman. I was raised by women. I mean, women are the most magnificent thing to me. So that's easy for me to look at Upulet's story, Upuletulani's mom, and play that. But
Mm.
the father thing, I had to work at it and do my research and really answer certain questions that I had, which I did, I think.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, that's the other. Then the other thing that just to kind of, because yo, I can talk forever about this particular question.
Yeah.
The other thing I think that's very important that I think was a challenge for me is I don't know how to be in a situation that I don't want to be in, right?
Are
The
you
thing is
saying
no,
you zone out
no, there's
in
no,
situations that you don't want to be in?
yeah, there's no way that I would be with a lady that I don't want to be with. I do
Yeah.
not care what is on the line, whether it's family legacy. Well, I don't care. Do you understand? Me,
Mm.
Tembinkosi, I'm gonna be with the person that I want to be with. You understand?
Yeah.
If the family business goes down and I
Then it
am
goes
not,
down. It is
yeah,
what it is.
that's who I am. I am not gonna be with the person that I don't want to be with, right?
Yeah.
And then I feel like I would not, I could never do the thing that he does of he's in love with this woman and he chooses to just sort of just to please his family and his father, he sacrifices his own
Mm.
happiness. He never has the conversation with his dad basically to say, hey, dog,
Yeah.
the girl you sent me to today to pick up, this is the girl I want, dog. I
That's
met
the
this.
girl I want. Mm.
Tim Goss definitely would have said, I would have literally said it on the day when I arrived to pick the uncles up. I would have been like, whoa, 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 whoa,
This
whoa,
is
whoa.
my woman.
You know,
Whoa.
I'm like seriously, like me, I would have been like, uncle, no, 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 there's no way, guys. Sorry. You get what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because like I said, I grew up alone, so I've I've always my mom's always pushed me to have a voice and
Mm.
do my best to really get what I want. Not all the
Yeah.
time, but like I need to stand up for myself, even if sometimes it doesn't make people happy. But if if I deserve something, you know, and or I want something or anything of that nature, she taught me that, yo, dog, no one is gonna sit around and just be like,
Mm.
yo, here
You
you
need to
go.
look up. You look out for you as well
Yeah,
first.
you know,
Mm.
there you go. So that's where that comes from. So
Mm.
I had to learn that because I'd read the script and then I'd be like, why is this guy quiet about this? So I had to
Mm.
figure out why Tulani holds back on a lot of things,
Yeah.
you know, to a point that sometimes he seems a bit ditzy or stupid, but he isn't. He's a very smart guy,
Mm.
but he's just driven by this respect and this thing that he feels for his family, for his mom and for his
Mm.
dad. He adores them.
Mm.
He's
Mm.
just so that like trumps everything in his life,
Yeah.
as it stands, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, those are some of the challenges, and yeah.
Yeah. Um. On. I want to pick on something that you said. You have a choice to respond or not because it's quite deep.
Hmm.
But it's about the relationship that you have with Luzugo on the show.
Hmm.
Do you feel that because on like Tembinkosi never had that at personal
Hmm.
level, do you feel that because you had to develop that side of you, do you feel like what kind of mental impacts did that have on you and the relationship that you have with your actual father? Like, do you feel like there's that woke up some elements that you want to work on with your dad, or like what kind of a mental and emotional journey did that take you through when you now put it and compare it to your real actual relationship with your dad?
Um, hmm, yeah. Look, how do I put this? It hasn't really changed anything for me
Mm.
personally, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and that's simply because it's two different people. If I don't know how
Mhm.
to explain it, right?
No, I get it. Maybe they're
Not
two different, they're different personalities even.
yeah, and not to really um I'm not trying to say anything bad about my own dad.
No, it's all good.
Um, but I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there who's going to listen to this who's probably got a similar person in their life, who look, we have different
Mm.
priorities, man, and
Yeah.
we're moved by different things. And Uluzuko, as shitty as he is, I'm sorry for calling him shitty, but he has his flaws, right?
Yeah.
Um, just like any other man. But one thing that really matters to Uluzuko, and he teaches it to his children, is family, right?
Mm.
Um, Mna personally, my relationship as Tim was with my dad, I
Mm.
can, to put it in a way that's going to make sense to you, and I can say that that's not really something that he's kind of pushed for.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you learn to go, oh man, this is this person, and that's who he is. It's cool.
Mm.
What do I
Mm.
do about it? What do I take from it? So I go, oh, okay, no, when I have kids, I'm not gonna do this or do that, or
Okay.
do you get what I'm saying? And I'm not,
I get
I'm
what you're
really,
saying. Mm.
yeah, yeah. So that's it really didn't move anything for me when it comes to that situation because it's one
Mm.
of those
Mm.
situations where it's like, oh, that's just what it is. It is what it is. Just keep it moving.
So it didn't move any. Basically, you just got to experience two different father worlds, but
Yeah,
it
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
impact anything. But you just got to experience the two different worlds and pick from each world what you're gonna do as a father in the future.
there you go. That's it. And don't
Mm.
get me wrong. I mean, my real life
No, I
father,
totally get it.
he has some good elements to him. He's not
Yeah,
all bad, but
it's
yeah,
not all bad. Yeah.
yeah.
So you're working alongside some of South Africa's greats in the film industry. I mean, Bullet, Zukona Sodlaga, and the Zandile Msutwanas and the Mbulelos. How
Hmm.
is that for you? Like, how has that experience been like? You've worked with them. You've seen
Hmm.
their off camera side. You've seen their on camera side.
Hmm.
You've also watched them on the small screen before you even started working with them.
Yeah.
So how has that experience been like for you?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, it's to be real. Like, and I'm only speaking like this, because there's definitely a dude or a lady somewhere who is trying to get into the same space, and I'd like them to to manage their own expectations of people, you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and also understand that they also have a certain responsibility as well.
Mm, mm.
Um, I've worked closely with all three of them. And I mean, there are three different people, right? Like these people that you
Yeah.
mentioned now, right?
Yeah.
And
Mm.
without really naming any names or speaking about them individually, I can say from working with people like them and on this project, I've learned first and foremost that it's always important for us to always know that people are people, right?
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
you think, oh my goodness, I'm in the studio, I know you're a rapper, I'm in the studio with Drake. Oh my goodness. That is a person, right? And
Mm.
he woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and or he
Yeah.
woke up, he said his dog is dead. I don't know, or he's just a dick, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you need to treat them the same way you treat the opportunity, same way you treat yourself, in the sense that you go into the situation focused on your work,
Mm.
whether you are getting the type of energy or not support, but camaraderie or
Mm.
teamwork, or team player energy from them as well. You know,
Yeah.
that's one thing I've learned. Is, oh, okay. Um, it's look, I would lie. Um, we work together on stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
especially me and Usikon. I can definitely
Yeah.
single her out because I have a lot of work with her. And I mean, I even have a great personal relationship with her,
Mm-hmm.
where it goes beyond work. She speak. I had lunch with her yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Where we just talk about life. You know, Zandi and I, similar, situation where we can just catch up about life, and it's you learn, and that, oh, okay, first and foremost, the responsibility here is that I need to show up for myself, right?
Yeah.
And
Mm.
after showing up, because they don't owe you anything. That's the other thing, too
Yeah.
many young actors or new actors coming into the space, and they're like, oh my God, sorry, Zikona, hey, what do you think of this? Should I this? Should I that? Should I? That's
Mm.
okay, but it's also very important for you to understand what the job is. The job is you get on set, you know your script, make choices, perform,
Yeah.
all right? Be present and, listen
It's
to other
up to you
people.
to also pull your weight and
Yeah,
do the
yeah,
work. Yeah.
yes, and I'm not gonna lie to you. They've been doing this for such a long time. They don't have points to prove. They are
Mm.
here professionally to just do what they know how to do. So it's on
Yeah.
you now, where like for me, now when I get on set, I'm there trying to be the best version of myself,
Yeah.
without competing with anyone. I
Yeah.
don't know if you get what I'm saying.
You're there to
Um,
build your name, and it's not about competition. You're just working on your craft as well, as much as you're working in a team.
yeah, I've learned so many things from them, and like things like knowing that work is work, and when you get off work, you get off work, you know,
Mm.
and sometimes it's not as big as you think it is, There's things that happen, and you're like, oh my goodness, and then it's like, hey, dog, it's not as bad as you think it is. There's just things like that, man. But yeah, there's a lot
Mm.
of knowledge that I've gathered from them, maybe from them, verbally coming from them, or sometimes just interactions with them.
Yeah.
You learn, oh, okay, this or that. It's yeah, yeah, but it's dope, man. I just feel like the one thing that I think new actors always really make a mistake of is walking into the situation, and you forget your own responsibility, which is, I
Mm.
got this job, I need to carry this character. It is my responsibility. You
Yeah.
understand? So
Mm.
most of them just, they get in front of them, and some are starstruck. If they're not starstruck, some people are starstruck, and then they respond to it in a negative way. They become
Mm.
defensive and bitchy, and that doesn't work, man. Because at the end of the day, we
Yeah.
need to shoot the scene, and we need to give the best of it. And then you look like shit on screen, and you don't understand. But that's a
Mm.
topic for another day. It's just about just knowing, you know, just giving them their respect. That's very important as well.
And treating them
Um,
like people.
yeah, you have to treat them like people. If
Mm.
obviously, if it just so happens they are very down to earth, you know. But obviously, if
Mm.
I ever worked with someone who wanted me to treat them like, I don't know, King Henry the First or something, um, I knowing myself that would never fly, but um, I just feel like I would just focus on my job. Like that's what I've learned
Yeah.
from working with these guys is, yeah, it's all fun and games, we laugh and this, but I can promise you when that director says three, two, one, action, those
It's time to work.
it's time for work, and
Mm.
that kind of actually came as a relief for me to see that, oh, actually this thing is very professional, and I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So the show is set around a polygamous family.
Sure.
What are your own personal views on polygamy?
Yo. Ah.
Would you do as Tembo? I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know.
um. Yo.
Given the opportunity, given the resources, tell us, Tembinkosi, is that something you could do?
No.
Why?
I like having peace of mind. Um. I like yo, I like
Who said it's
peace.
not peaceful? Who said it's not peaceful? I mean, Luzuko seems a bit chilled about it.
It's a fictional character. Listen to me. Let me tell you
Okay,
something.
Mseleku seems chilled.
He's on TV. They are not showing us everything. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You know,
I'm listening.
imagine you're a man, you're running businesses or whatever you're doing that's giving you money, and then and you're in a loving relationship. You know, you've got your woman or your wife, and women, I'm not sorry to generalize, but they are very different to us in the sense that there's a lot of demands that you have. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
come home, you need me to debrief with you, and then you need to tell
I
me
need your
about,
mind, body, and soul all at once.
yeah, you need me, you want to tell me about that bitch Debbie at work, and that idiot Steve, and that other fucker Jabulani. Then I have to sit there with you and allow you to debrief and dump all of this shit on me, which is what you need, and I'm cool with it, right? That's what I'm here for.
Mm.
Then your feet are sore. You are hungry, but you don't feel like eating anything in the fridge. And then you are in that same sentence, you're talking about honey, not a honeymoon, a holiday somewhere that you saw. And then this is one person, right?
Now you're doing it with three other people.
And now, one thing I know, females lead from an emotion, they operate from an emotional place,
Yeah.
right? And if I am in a relationship, which I've been in relationships, and so serious relationships, and you know, where you really get to know the person, you're there, you're present,
Mm.
and you realize that, bro, like half of the problems we have are because this lady is operating from a place of emotions. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the things that piss her off, the things that tick her off and trigger her and stuff. It's simply because she didn't breathe for a moment and go, "But that doesn't make sense, though." Do you get what I'm saying? We do that the whole day. You know, we go, yeah, but
You're
like,
more
there's no,
you're men are more rational, women are more emotional.
yeah, you know. So like, if now I've got two of them or three of them, and there's definitely a huge part of them within that emotional engine that they have that's operating from a place of competition,
Oh yeah.
you know. So already there's no peace in the house because they're operating from competition first and foremost. As much as they can smile and act all happy and all jolly, trust me.
That element of competition is there.
So there's no rest. Automatically, as we're starting out, even on our best day, but because this one is now competing with this one. I can't have an H&M bag if that one's got a Louis Vuitton. Then this one
Mm.
is like, I can't have a Louis Vuitton if that one's got a Coco Chanel. Yo, guys, like,
And at the same time, I can't have a Louis Vuitton if she has a Louis Vuitton as well.
then you see, it's that, you know, and then this one's got a son, and then that one now has got another son, and that one feels like, no, my son was born first, but and then this one is like, no, but I'm the first wife, but no, I'm the second one, the wife, but my son was born. Yo, goodness, yo,
Yo, kuningi guys.
yeah, you know, there's just things that I feel like I don't need to be a part of. I don't need to invite to my space. You know, I feel like there's a lot of trouble that people invite into their space. You
Yeah.
know, it's like me deciding on a Friday, oh, let me go to whatever nightclub.
Mm.
What? Why? Why? I'm
Yeah, no.
I'm inviting something.
Mm.
So
Mm.
yeah, I'd never be missed him because you know, I'm okay.
It's
I'm
just
okay.
not you.
I mean, the only thing let's be honest. I'm gonna be honest about one thing. You know, the
Mm.
only thing that men get out of Istembu is the legal right to have more than one woman be committed to them,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess it keeps the boyish side excited type of thing. It keeps because boys get bored with toys and stuff. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. There's a
I get
psychological.
it.
I know I'm getting deep, but like there's a psychological
Although
aspect to it.
although we are not toys, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I'm not. I'm not saying women are
I
toys. Yeah,
totally
yeah,
get what
yeah.
you mean.
You
It's
know.
just feeding into that.
Y-
I don't know. I totally get what you mean. Without going too deep and being too
Yeah,
explicit, it's feeding into
yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, I believe when people ask me what a man is, a man to me is a boy who knows how to be disciplined. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we're all boys, we wake up, we have thoughts and temptations and urges.
Mm.
But the difference between a boy and a man is that a man wakes up in the morning and goes, I am tired.
He's
I don't
disciplined
feel like
about it.
going to work. I don't feel like doing this, but yo, I need to do
It's
what I
gotta
need to
be
do.
done.
I gotta
Mm.
feed my family, I gotta feed myself. A boy will just wake up and go, nah, bruh, you know, that's the difference. So I feel like this team does fulfill that urge sexually or whatever fantasies men have about dating all five of the beautiful women that they're attracted to in their
Mm.
lifetime, and they
Mm.
just have them, all five of them are just here.
Mm. It's also an ego boost, I guess, as well.
Yeah, I mean that's that boyish stuff I'm talking about,
Yeah.
and I'm just calling a spade a spade. I'm sure there's a lot of people gonna come back and be like, nah, dog. Um, I just feel like for me, it's that's just me going, oh, I'm just looking for an excuse to escape this one when she's annoying me. Then I can go be with this one, and then nah.
Mm. 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 I see.
Mm.
So, how do you? I mean, on the show, there's quite the number of compromising and controversial situations. How do you prepare yourself mentally for these compromising roles? Your explicit roles, your gruesome, violent things, and even the controversial roles. How do you mentally prepare yourself, and then how do you also handle the backlash from that comes from the viewers, other industry figures, your family, your social circles when they've watched those scenes?
You know
I
what,
mean, at
man?
the end of the day,
Hmm.
that's where you're just acting. But
Yeah. You know what? I feel like the audience today, especially in South Africa, they're a
mm,
lot smarter than they used to be. You know, um, they're more, they're not as, I don't want to say ignorant as
more
then.
open, maybe.
Yeah, so people, what I've found is they understand that I'm playing a character, you know,
Yeah.
and they actually appreciate when they can see that I'm just being true to the character, even if the scene is provoking, it's triggering, it's
Mm.
whatever's controversial or anything like that. I've noticed that there are so many people now who talk about the acting. I don't know if I'm making sense. It's not,
Yeah, no, I get it. I
you
get it.
know,
Yeah, it's no
yeah,
longer
it's like,
about you as a person. It's now about the acting itself.
yeah, so I've found that it's basically they appreciate the fact that I'm willing to just be true to the character,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. They
So I've,
appreciate you being multifaceted
yeah,
and tapping into all these different wells.
yeah, 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 and for me, for me personally, I've never stopped to go, wait, I'm about to do what, you know? Um, I think for me, I see my script and then I'm just like, oh, okay, so Tulani is going through this right now. this is what happens. And then I don't know, I'm just so focused on what my character, that's his world, you know. I
Mm.
cannot shy away and go, yeah, but like, does he have to kiss this girl type of thing, you know?
Mm.
Because if Tulani was a real person and that was his real story, he'd kiss her, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what we're playing. So I don't
So
sit and go,
you really need to make him as relatable as possible and tell his story as it is.
yeah, that's it.
Mm.
And I've never had
Mm.
a moment where stopped and I went, okay, well, there is maybe a moment, but yeah, I don't want to talk about
Ah,
that.
you can't stop
Yeah.
there. I
Nah,
mean, what was that moment?
no, man, more like artistic, you know, direction, you know, like
Okay. Okay.
like for example, if you notice, he wears there's more scenes now where he's wearing vests instead of being topless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a choice I made. You know, there's one thing I'm very mindful of is being typecast as a pretty boy who
Mr. Sliver
that's
Girl, always topless.
yeah, you know, I'm not hey, no offense to people who do that and it works for them, you know. I'm just saying, me on the other hand, I feel like I've got more to offer than that. So if
Yeah.
I need to take your attention away from what you saw 10 episodes ago and you liked, and now I'm actually trying to get you to look at something else, which is my performance, I'm gonna do that. You know, I'm gonna put the vest on.
Mm.
Um, you know, I'm gonna be in a scene where I'm like, okay, I'm not kissing this person. I'm not, we're not gonna have sex here. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm also trying to make sure that at the end of the day, I'm not it's very easy to get typecast, you know? It's,
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
yeah, you know,
No, I get
especially
it.
when you look a certain way or built a certain way or I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's something I'm very careful of, you know, I'm very mindful of the things that I do, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. No, that's great. So
Hmm.
on the other side, it's I mean it's no secret. You also mentioned it yourself that the entertainment industry is quite hard to break and
Hmm.
to make a name in. So how do you stay focused and motivated on those days where you're like, hi, it's a lot, and you feel like giving up? Where do you draw your strength and your perseverance?
Well, it goes back to first and foremost that moment of I was right, you know. So that's for me, that's
Okay, let me say it to you, and so we get it out of the way. You were
yeah.
right.
No. Don't
No,
get me
I'm just
wrong,
kidding. No,
you
but you were
know.
right.
Thank you. But like it's part of it, you know, it's part of the things that I have to sit down with myself because there are some difficult days on set where things are just not going right, you know.
Yeah,
And or there's just sometimes, like I said, we're dealing with people, you know, sometimes people are just horrible for no reason, you know.
yeah.
Um, so sometimes I have to sit with myself and I'm good at asking myself questions, you know, like
Mm,
I'll be honest with myself. Like I'll sit there and I'll go, why the hell are you here? You know, on my worst day,
mm,
I'll sit with myself there in my green room and I'll sit and I'll think to myself, why the hell are you here? Why are you torturing yourself? You know, you are
mm,
so pissed off today, and it's because you decided to get up and come here. Why? You know what I'm
mm,
saying? And I'll answer myself and I'll be like, oh no, it's because I want to do this. You know, I made a decision, you know,
mm,
many years ago, would say. I used to pray actually. I had a specific prayer where I used to say, God, may I be in a position where I make money, a lot of it, off my natural gifts, you know?
mm.
Um, and you know, it's getting there, you know, and
Getting there.
yeah, so I sit with myself and I'm like, well, you ask for this position and this environment, and unfortunately, this is the price you have to pay, you know. And
Yeah.
then I bring it to my reality, and I'm like, imagine if the price I had to pay was working for free,
Yeah.
and I have to take shit. Then I'm like, oh shit, I don't work for free. Yeah, like, oh, actually, you know
So I
what?
need to be grateful.
Yeah, yeah, you see now. Then I'm like, oh, actually, you know, remember that one day, dog, where you had a headache, a banging headache, and you had no money to buy a flipping grandpa. This is a true story, by the way. Um,
Yo.
yeah, yeah, I've been broke. I've had my
Mm.
broke moments, like broke,
No,
broke.
we've all
Yeah.
been there. We've all been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
You know, like so it's stories like that. Like there's one of our directors was telling me a story now when he was starting out, you know,
Mm.
and he literally wouldn't have money, and on a day where he'd have like 10 rands, he'd just be like, how do I get food out of 10 rands? Like, what do I do with this?
Oh, wow.
You know, you know, so you
Mm.
think back to things like that where you're like, I can literally right now do whatever the hell I want to do. I can just
Mm.
suffer what I need to suffer now for the next 2, 3 hours. After this, I can book myself at a spa if I want to. I can.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
And at
you
that
know,
point, the gratitude overweighs the complaints, and you're just like, okay, we move.
there you go. And not to just make it about the money, you know, I'm also looking at how where I come from and the people that I met along the way who had been trying to get where I am now and still
Mm.
haven't gotten there. You know, there's a lot
And you
of
overtook
artists.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so I'm also like, yo, I'm also here kind of representing those people. Hopefully they're sitting there at home going, no man, 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 no man. This dream is
If
not lost.
yeah, it's not lost. If you could make it, then I can make it too.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so
Mm.
those are the things that I said that really keep me going. And also the I'm a huge dream like I dream my dreams are very big. You know, I
Mm.
dream the most impossible things, right? So I dream and go, yeah, but you won't get to the Oscar if you're complaining about. I know it's insane,
If you're
but like,
complaining because so and so snapped at you and made you angry.
yeah, type of thing, you know, and it's like, or maybe sometimes I'm just not agreeing with the story. Like, there are days where you're like, what? No. But then,
Hmm.
you know, you sit and I don't know. So it's stuff like that, you know, that keep me going, where I have to come back to myself and I talk to myself. I'm like, hey, dog, there's no one you know who achieved a dream. There's no one I know personally who achieved any dream that they wanted to achieve. I think my mom is the only person that really, oh, and my dad. Those are the only two people I know who grew
Hmm.
up in impossible circumstances. But by the time, like my dad, he has his own house. He's a qualified health inspector. He has
Hmm.
two houses actually. And he comes from a like dismally
Hmm.
disadvantaged background, you know.
Hmm.
And he lives on his own farm now, doing his own thing with his cows there, and you know,
Yeah.
so it's stuff like that, man. But like immediately, the people I grew up with at home, I grew up with a lot of friends. This is not just my dream. Me and my friends wanted to be artists and get into the entertainment industry.
Hmm.
And of all of us, I'm the only one who's here.
Yeah, I
So it's
guess that's
stuff like that.
to push as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I come from Cape Town. You know, not many
Hmm.
Cape Townians really get to, you know, uh, stand out, I guess, you know,
Yeah.
be on a big stage. So yeah, I'm just so I have to think of stuff like that. Be like, yo, man,
Yeah.
you know, are you just gonna be, oh, yeah, he had that 2 months there on screen, and yeah, you know, he had that brief moment, you know, it was cool. Who's that guy's name again? What's this guy's name? Yeah, I don't, I don't.
Yeah. So on a lighter note, when you're not in front of the cameras, how do you unwind and just chill and rebalance work and personal life? Where do we find Tembinkosi in his natural habitat? What is
At
he up
home,
to?
at home.
A homebody.
Um, usually, look, I'm a homebody, yeah, who I
Now,
actually no,
now,
no,
not back in the day.
I've always okay, yeah, there was a weird time, but yeah, then I became a homebody, and
Okay.
now I'm actually usually at home,
Mm-hmm.
for various reasons. One of them is that I actually like being alone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, the other one is, look, I don't have a problem with people. It's just, sometimes, I'll be out somewhere and then I'm just really enjoying my time there, and people are like, can I take a picture? And it's like, one, you didn't, like, they don't greet most of the
Mm.
time. Sometimes people just jump you and the camera's already there, ready to take the picture.
It's
There's a lot
actually
of,
good to know. It's actually good that you're speaking about this, because then I guess it also sheds light to people that remember that public personalities are people as well, and they also want their private space. You need to greet, make sure that they are first consent.
I can tell you now for nothing, man. People don't care,
Mm.
honestly speaking. Like, I remember I was walking at there's a shopping center near where I stay, and I'm walking there, tired, but I have to go and buy whatever I need to go buy, whatever. And
Mm.
as I'm walking, this old guy, old man, probably my father's age, is with his wife and his kids, stands in front of me. He's like, yeah, and then he starts joking about the show, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I kind of, you kind of laugh it off. You don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
I'm hungry, I'm tired, and he's like joking, and then the wife Napa is now trying to talk to me, and I have to be polite because it's an elderly woman.
Oh.
Hey, oh, thank you, ma. And then the kids are like astonished, and they're like, oh yeah, the kids watch you all the time. Now I'm standing here, and now as they're doing this, the people who are walking past are now noticing that, oh
Yeah.
snap, it's this guy. Now there are people who are now waiting behind them, and they're already now pulling their cameras out. Like, you can see, oh, this one is ready to ask for a picture, that one and that one, and
It's a lot.
so this guy, so like this man, literally. So the wife's like, "Oh, okay, guys, let's let him go. Shem, we've taken enough of his time." The husband's like, "No, I
Yeah.
want to take a picture. I want to take a picture," and he grabs him, right? And then she's like, "But who says he wants to take a picture?" He's like, "No, he's gonna take the picture."
Oh wow.
Like, I'm
Yeah, it's hectic.
like, and this is an old man, like an elderly
Yeah.
gentleman. And I'm just like, imagine if I was like, no,
No, I don't
and
want to
it's
take
not.
a picture. And then now they're gonna tweet about you and say you're rude.
I mean, that's coming in. That's definitely coming. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are days where, like, I remember yesterday, there was this guy. He sees me walking to my Uber, and
Yeah.
he's been standing there with these two ladies that he was with. Been
Yeah.
standing there, and they've been looking at me. As the Uber arrives, they rush to me, and then he's reaching for my hand. I don't know you. And the ladies are trying, and I'm like, yo, hi, hi, guys. And I got into the car, and then I heard them, they were rambling about something. I was like, well, hey, dog, I need to go.
I
Like,
need to go. Yeah.
he just walked from the beach, and I must stop now because what if I'm trying to get to the beach too? You
Yeah. Yeah, it's hectic.
anyways. So I'm always at
You're right. You
home,
guys really do go through it. Yeah. So you prefer to just be at home in your space where no one's gonna budge your personal space.
Sometimes I prefer it. Sometimes it's really a thing where I don't have a choice. I like, there's this thing I like doing. I've always done it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's called people watching. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No, I've never heard of
Yeah.
it.
So you just go, you take a walk, right? Or you go like somewhere where, like at a mall, right?
Mm,
And you just sit on a bench and just watch people.
mm.
It's very therapeutic. You should try it. Like
I'm gonna
you
try.
will
But I
laugh.
feel like
Like
I have a colorful imagination, so I'll be sitting there and imagining what their lives are like, what they're doing,
that's
what they're
that's
talking
that's the
about.
point of it. Like you sit
Oh
there
wow.
and then you notice things and you're like, oh, those ones are fighting, you know, or you're like, you just see things, man, where you're like, oh shit, and you just laugh, man,
And you
and you
just
actually
laugh because you come up with scenarios in your head.
yeah, you just, I don't know. I used to enjoy doing that. I'd take walks, long walks. I'd walk past couples. I'd walk past a person, and some people are just happy and they're just dancing by them. And you're like, oh, this man is so happy. I wonder
Mm.
what happened. You feel happy because they're happy.
Yeah.
But I can't do that anymore. Now I'm there sitting there trying to be anonymous, and people are like, oh shit,
Oh man.
and then they are watching me, and that's not the not the
Hectic.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, but I like going out,
Hectic.
I like,
Yeah.
but if I do go out, it definitely has to be with people that I who understand um that, like, I go out with people who are very protective of me, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes my life easy. I can enjoy myself if I know there are
Yeah.
people who are kind of watching my back. If they need
Mm.
to
Mm.
slap someone's phone, then they slap it. No offense to people, but yo, there are people who are strange. I'll be sitting, I'm eating, and then when I look up, there's someone who's standing on the other side of the table taking a video, and I'm behind them in the video.
You're zoomed in trying to swallow whatever you're
Yeah,
doing.
just weird stuff.
Hectic. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Next time we will remember to be mindful of personal space.
We'll see.
We will remember. We promise to remember,
Do you
and
know what
the listeners promise to
I
remember.
mean, Mike Tyson said something about the effect of television. Just
Mm.
people seeing you on a screen. He calls it an idiot box. And what he means by that is that for some weird reason, once people see you on a screen, when they see you in person, they become idiots.
Yeah.
And what he meant by that is people just forget everything.
They
It's just
forget themselves.
yeah,
Manners.
in that moment, it's just like, I need this picture, I need this picture, I need this picture. Yeah. But on
Yeah.
a normal day, that person probably isn't that rude.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
No, I get it. So,
hmm
if you're at liberty to share, what other projects are you currently working on? Are we gonna see you on more screens besides just Obeja?
Um, to be honest with you, there are things that was there are talks right now,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
with various people about different things. Um, there are things that are kind of coming my way or trying to
Yeah.
come my way. But I'm also very, very careful not to rush my process. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's very
Understand.
easy. We've seen a lot of actors come in, oh, you're the flavor of the month, and then they get this job, that job. Within a 2-year period, they're burnt out. Either they
Mm.
are burnt out, or the industry now is like, well, we've seen you in everything. We don't know what to do with you. And
Mm.
then everyone, after 3 years, 4 years, we were like, what happened to so and so?
Yeah.
And so is around. He's struggling to get a job because people are like, hey, dog, you're overly exposed. You
Yeah.
know, you played a cop and a drunkard and a thief in a year.
Now there's nothing else for you to play.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now we want a drunkard again, but now it's going to be compared to that role because it's you. So I'm more focused on where I am right now. You know, we live in an age where everything is just happening so quick, you know, that we
Yeah.
forget that, hey, dog, our careers in the entertainment industry are actually supposed to go for a long time, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but because of the age we're in, everyone is excited right now. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, we've seen you as this guy now. Can we see? No, you haven't seen me as this guy. You just got introduced to me as this guy like a month ago. So wait,
A
relax.
month ago, yeah.
You know, there's still
In
a lot
between,
we
we
need to
need to
do.
miss you for a little bit, and then you pop up as a pastor, and we're like, wow,
There we
okay.
go. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so now I pace it, man. Honestly speaking, I'm really pacing it. I'm not rushing anything, you know, I'm pacing
Yeah.
everything, you know, and also sometimes you get caught in stupid things because you're so desperate to be everywhere
Mm, mm, mm.
and you make weird decisions.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So before you leave us, what advice would you like to give to aspiring creatives on just general what to expect, what to look out for, how to work on themselves, how to put themselves out there?
Um, First and foremost, your ego is your greatest enemy. That's the one thing I can tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird because to be a great creative or a great artist, you have to operate from a place of being sure of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
whether you know what you're doing or not, you know, but you need to be sure that I belong here. I belong. If I'm a singer, I belong on the stage. If
Mm,
I'm an actor, I belong in front of this camera right now. I belong here. I deserve to say these lines, even if
mm.
it's a difficult scene and you don't know how
What
to
you're
do it.
doing.
Do you get what I'm
Mm,
saying? So that's the thing with us. We have to be sure, but do not make the mistake of operating from your ego.
yeah.
Your ego is
You
your
can be
greatest enemy.
confident and assertive, but
Yeah,
don't cross the line and take it to the ego end. Yeah.
there we go. You understand? And
Yeah.
yeah, don't do that. Like, you can even look like an idiot in a lot of situations. Be okay with that. As long as you
Mm,
know where you're going, you know. Um, you don't, I mean, I can tell you about my situation
mm-hmm.
where when we were working on this and there's just, you know, I was talking to people about it here and there. And, you know, people hadn't seen the show. And I was hearing a lot of weird things being said, you know, by people. And while I was shooting, and I could have simply gone, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna prove a point to people and whatnot, but that would have ruined what I'm supposed to do. I just
Yeah.
literally just, you know, if you need to get to a place, man, where you're so emotionally matured. I don't know how, but you need to find some people go to therapy, some people meditate and do there's all types of things, go to church. I don't know. But
Mm,
you need to find a place where you're so at peace with yourself that you don't mind what happens around you, you know, and you don't
yeah.
let your ego dictate your moves and why you move, you know, why
Yeah.
you do things, you know. That's how you
And
grow.
also there's like if you're what you're saying is so if you're set in yourself, the outside things won't move you and you won't be seeking validation in all these things.
Exactly. And then when you're not seeking validation from outside, you bring out what's in you. You
Mm,
understand? And
yeah.
it actually does way more than
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
you know, you trying being affected by things that are happening outside of you or trying to prove points or
Yeah.
you're gunning for people or you know, yeah, that's the first thing I'd say, man. Don't be
Mm,
don't be led by your ego. The second thing is Look, be inspired by people, you know. Um, I always encourage people. I don't care, even if you play a xylophone. You know, you
Mm.
need to know who the best xylophone player is.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a lot of people in our industries or in our industry in entertainment who are like, let's say for an example, someone's like, oh, I want to be a podcaster.
Mm.
Okay, you sit there and you're like, please name 10 podcasters for me who are doing it the way you want to do it. Like silence. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you need to have people who've been in your chosen industry
Mm,
that you can look up to and draw inspiration and knowledge and lessons from.
yeah, and like, like I know people who just now, a week ago, met this guy,
Mm.
young guy, and he's like, he wants to be an actor and he doesn't know where to start. I'm like, well, I didn't know where to start either. And then he's like, yeah, but can you help me? I'm like, what is it that you want me to help you with? You know, and he's like, no, I don't know, um, who are the best agencies? Did he dog? Like, that is the easiest thing to figure out. I just feel like, people are not, especially in this day and age, they are not willing to do the work. They think the work is the glory, you know.
Mm.
Gandhi,
Mm.
there are so many successful people who started something and for years and years, no one cared, no one was following them, no one was listening or watching them, no one saw them. And then they get their moment and they become, the benchmark of what excellence is. And then people are like, oh, I want to be that person. But they don't want to invest their
Yeah.
time in
You don't
themselves,
know how long it took, how many sleepless nights and all the
Yeah,
work that went into getting them where they were. Yeah.
exactly. So I always tell people, man, dive deep into what it is that you want to do. If you want to be a radio DJ, my brother, you had better be listening to radio at 1 a.m. in the morning when you wake up from a nightmare and you now are sleepless now. You are having insomnia. You better switch that radio on because that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
you know Now I watch movies. I watch my favorite movies. I watch new movies and series. I read books. I Because I read scripts at work.
Yeah.
So how am I like, I have one of the greatest or the best memories you ever come across. My memory is very sharp, and
Mm.
that's because I knew coming into this that you can't perform a 5-page script if you don't remember what the hell is on those pages.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, that I feel like people should really invest in what it is they want to do and not invest because they think, oh, I'm going to make $1 million. No, do it, dog,
Mm.
because you want to be
Mm.
the best at it. Yeah, well, and then the third thing, yeah,
Don't invest in the outcome, invest in the process.
there you go. Which is what
Mm.
actually, if you really are passionate about what you do, for whoever's listening, I can tell you now, the best way to know if you are passionate about what you do, when you're doing it, you're your happiest.
Yeah. The results, yeah, sure, sharp, we see them. But when
Yeah,
you're doing,
yeah, you're having the most fun.
mm.
You get what I'm saying? That's when you know,
Mm.
oh shit, this speaks to me, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the third
Nice, some
thing,
deep advice. Yeah.
final thing, sorry to cut you off.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm
Final
listening.
thing
Mm.
that I can say is, and this is very important, be inspired by people, but like be led by yourself, man. And the things and the teachings that you've gotten maybe from home or from some people that you learned from.
Mm.
Don't look at someone and go, I want to be that person. You know, look
Mm.
at the things that they have that you'd like to have and go, how can I get that for myself in
Mm.
my way, the way I am supposed to do it,
Yeah. Yeah.
because you'll end up finding yourself in a situation where you're chasing something that doesn't exist. You're chasing people who are not even looking at you. They don't even know you exist, you know.
Yeah.
And you're trying to prove points here and there instead of just being what it is, what God placed you on this earth to become.
Yeah.
So be inspired by people. I always tell people, be inspired. You can't be someone who's not inspired. but be driven by your own compass. This is very important, you know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So
That's true.
that's my advice, you know.
Wow. Thank you very much. On
Yeah.
behalf of the listeners, thank you for all that advice. I will take some for myself. Those were some wisdom nuggets. Um, but yeah, thank you so much for giving us your time today.
Yeah, no,
Really appreciate
this was
it.
fun, man.
And I hope you had a good time because I did.
No, I did. This was fun. This was fun. This was fun.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
We wish you all the best in all your coming work, and we look forward to seeing you on TV, on radio.
Yeah.
But yeah, take care, man, and all the best this year
No, thank you very
and
much,
the
man.
years going forth.
No, thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
And there we have it. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to that catch up session, catch up chat that we just had with Tembinkosi Ngcukana. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I just want to apologize once again for my disappearance act / hibernation phase. I just hope that the next episode is not going to be so fast paced from this one. So yeah, pray for your girl's consistency. Music wise, at the beginning of the episode is Amos with Fatela featuring Ami Fagu. In the background, we have Yanga Yaya with Your Type, and I'm leaving you guys with I Don't Know Peace by New Edison. Anyway, guys, I wish you a lovely remainder of the week. Stay blessed, stay beautiful. This is all from your one and only Bean with the biggest love.
These days, everybody working it out. Some still trying, some giving it up. A lot of us dying, some living it up, but we don't know peace. I gotta figure it out. I was my worst critic, only cared about image. I was so timid before I had liquor. My brain changed, I had to adapt a lot quicker. I had to maintain, that's when my problems got bigger. The gimmick got weaker, adversity got thicker. One thing about love, you can't fake it. You finally found your home, but your heart just might break it. The story in your soul, the direction you can't control. This a message to my maker, I won't waver. Picture us in velvet groves, across borders, above water. Burn a little more when the time's hard. To confess that I don't know peace, but I'ma figure it out. You see, the old me didn't know what life was about. 2022 still figuring out. I used to OD, acting out for social attention. I didn't know me. I used to follow the crowd, written in the stars, lights trickling down. Move with purpose. I know call it proud of me now. Beneath the surface, flourish when I follow the sounds, but I don't know peace, so I'ma figure it out. You see, the old me didn't know what life was about. 2022 still figuring out. I used to OD, acting out for social attention. I didn't know me. I used to follow the crowd, written in the stars, lights trickling down. Move with purpose. I know call it proud of me now. Beneath the surface, flourish when I follow the sounds, but I don't know peace, so I'ma figure it out. I try to apply my own advice. One minute I'm fine, then I get blindsided. In hindsight, I ignited when the sky crashed. The night cracks and I found that's where the lights at. Oh no, feel like I've been here before, think I'm in old school. See, when the building imploded, they opened more doors. Remember half-price drug specials at Topo. The waiters kept them coming. Never cared about the money, I just kept on running away. I'm still learning to pray, I'm still learning to pick the combination to the secrets of life. I depend on affirmation, did away with the lies, season the plate with the spice, that's how I like it. Be bad days, nigga, I've been bad. Life keeps swinging, you gotta swing back. Language different, massive the syntax. I need peace like case of cheese fat. Funny for you. About 2022 still figuring out. I used to OD, acting out for social attention. I didn't know me. I used to follow the crowd, written in the stars, lights trickling down. Move with purpose. I know call it proud of me now. Beneath the surface, flourish when I follow the sounds, but I don't know peace, so I'ma figure it out. You see, the old me didn't know what life was about. 2022 was still figuring out. I used to OD, acting out for social attention. I didn't know me. I used to follow the crowd, written in the stars, lights trickling down. Move